Hi guys, I'm Jerry, and in this lesson we're gonna be talking about how to use jcFeather to render textured polygons in Arnold. And before this lesson, I will show you something about my personal website. And this is my personal website, www.jerrycon.com, and on my website you can download some Maya scripts, plugins, and some source code if you like. And you can also download jcFeather plugin for Maya 2012, the free version, and click this icon to go to jcFeather page. And now jcFeather has a free version for Maya 2012, and go scroll down here. Okay, click this icon or this download the free version text. You can click this to download the free version, and you can also click the YouTube to go to jcFeather YouTube to this page to watch some tutorials and tutorials about jcFeather and some images rendered with jcFeather. Okay, go back, and okay, let's start it. And you can first click this jcFeather for Arnold doc, and this is jcFeather for Arnold. In the last lesson we talked about the basic workflow about rendering textured polygons for Arnold in Arnold. And in this lesson, I will show you the steps one by one how to render textured polygons. And in the item 3 steps, you can follow those steps to render the feather coat mesh with textured polygons, as you can see. Okay, now I will follow those steps to render a feather coat mesh with textured polygons. First step, make a feather coat mesh. Okay, open in this Maya scene. As you can see, we have a feather coat mesh. And this feather coat mesh is made with the jcPreFeather. And you can select this feather coat mesh and use the jcFeather tools, paint preFeather attributes. Use those tools to sculpt the feather size and direction. Okay, let's go to step 2. Select feather coat mesh and create jcFeather component array. Select this feather coat mesh, create mesh component array. Okay, now we have a jcFeather array 1, this node. Okay, go for step 3. Start the vertex group attribute and UV tab attribute of jcFeather component array, as you can see in this graph. And now I will explain why we do that. Select this feather template and isolate. Select. Look at this feather template mesh, and we instanced this template mesh to make a feather coat mesh. So for this little feather, I want to use the polygon vertex number 5, 4, and 3 as the array keys point. So select the jcFeather comma array, bring up the attribute editor, input 5 and 4 and 3, and for this feather template we have 9 vertices, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I will input work step attribute to 9. As you can see, work step 9, and change the UV type cache UV to this attribute cache UV. Now let's go back. As you can see, we have lots of triangles at the root of each feather polygons. So let's go for step 4. Select the p-plane, plane under the feather, and select the plane and the jcFeather component array node to transfer UV data to each single feather by clicking the shelf button. Now I will, as you can see, we have a plane mesh. Now I want to transfer the UV data to my feather coat mesh. So select this p-plane, plane mesh, and jcFeather component array node, and click the UV transfer button. Okay. Bring up the script editor. As you can see the result. Update jcFeather component array node UV array data p-plane shape 2 to jcFeather component array shape 1. So let's go for step 5. Select the plane and use 3D paint tools to paint a texture, like something like this. Okay, now select p-plane and isolate select. Now I will paint textures. Paint a texture. Okay, texturing, and bring the 3D paint tool. Now assign edit textures. Use something like this. Assign first flood paint to black. I will first use red. I will paint red color and green color, and blue color. So those 3 colors, and we will use this texture to scatter 3 different feather textures for this feather coat. Now I will save the Maya scene to save the painted texture. Okay, save scene as. We use text polygons 02. Okay. Step 5. Now let's go for step 6. Open jcFeather Tools UI. Select the component array node to update the shell attributes. So let's do edge, and bring up the jcFeather tools. Go to Textured Mesh attribute, and in this lesson we will render the feather coat mesh with Arnold. Okay, let's go to Arnold and select the jcFeather component array as here size. Select this node and click Update Shell Attributes. Okay. Now I will bring the source images. We have 1, 2, 3. We have those 3 textures. I want to scatter those 3 textures at the different color area. And after step 6, let's go for step 7. Add feather images to screw list. Use the jcFeather tools. So right click in the screw list, click Add Files. I will copy this path to here. And now we have those 3 TIFF images, but for Arnold I prefer use TX format, so I will use jcText this texture and this texture and this texture, those 3 textures TX format. So I will select text 0, text 1, text 3, click. Now we have brought in those 3 textures. Okay, let's go for here. Select images and click Create Arnold Shaders. Select those 3 textures and click Create Arnold Shaders. Now open the Hypershade. After clicking the Create Arnold Shaders, go to Utilities tab, and we have a GC Mix Node 1 Graph Network. Open it, and we have something like this. And now I will stop and show you this feather coat mesh, the shader of this mesh. Currently we have this shader and an AI image, and I use the out color of this image and the out alpha of this image to render the feather texture. And this is the texture 1. I use this texture as a feather texture. So okay, and this is the image with 1 feather texture, jcText1, and so open Hypershade in the step 8. As we can see, open the Hypershader, GC Mix Node 1. This is the jcFeather texture mix. Now I will use this node's out color, the out color of this node, and as the color of the texture of the feather coat mesh. So as the step 8 size, browse the texture to painted sample texture for AI image. Select this AI image node here, this is the JC Mix samples. I will click this button to browse to the painted texture. It's jcFeather texture, 3D pen texture. This is the painted texture. I will use this texture for this JC Mix samples. And okay, I'll bring the AI standard one. This is the shader for this feather coat mesh. Okay, I'll connect the color, and also I will connect the alt alpha to the opacity of this node. Opacity. Okay, here, opacity. Now I will click a render button to just at the step 9 size, click a render. So I will click the render button to to render this image. Okay, I will stop the video recorder. After the render is finished, we will come back. Okay, I'm back, and this is the image we rendered, and you can see, as you can see, we have scattered 3 textures at the different color area. Texture 1 in this area, texture 2, and texture 3. And select the plane for you. I will select and press 6. As you can see, we have paint red color, green, and blue. The 3 textures are scattered at the different color area, and if you want to scatter, you want to change the scattered textures, just paint again. For example, I will paint green color this area, something like this, and save it to save the texture, and I will save this image, and now click the render button to render again. Okay, let's stop the video recorder. Okay, back again, and so this is the second image we render, and as you can see, more texture 2 are scattered at the green area. As you can see that you can paint the texture with your preferred color to scatter the different textures. And now I will show you some details about jcFeather Text Mix Arnold shader. Okay, as you can see, this is the JC Mix node, jcFeather Text Mix. I will copy tab, and this is the attributes of JC Text Mix, and here is the sample texture. This attribute need to be connected with the sample texture. That means this texture, RGB color texture, and this node will sample the texture, the color of the texture at different area to choose which image will be used for the final feather coat mesh. And we have sample textures 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 textures to choose. And here we have 3 AI image to connect to the color 0, text color 1, texture color 2. Those textures were connected to this node, and in the red, for the red color area, sample color 0, text mix node, this Arnold shader node will choose this texture color 0 texture, and in the green area the text color 1 will be used, and in the blue area text color 2 will be used. And now I will do something interesting, and you can use now I will use Maya 2D textures and a simple ramp. Okay, here this is the ramp. I will delete the placed 2D texture and connect those node to ramp 1, this node. I will connect the out value to the UV coordinate, to the U coord, and I will see that this should be connected to the V coord, and I will select this node, reload left, connect the out value to U coord, and copy type, add some noise. Okay, I will add noise later. Now I will change the color to a little bit not so much saturation, and green here, blue here. Okay, now I will connect this ramp texture to the jc mix node multiply color attribute, and alt color to multiply color. Okay, now we will render the feather coat mesh again. Okay, now I will start this texture and click the render button. Okay, now I will pause the video recorder. Okay, hello, back again. Now this is the third image. As you can see, we have project the ramp texture to the feather coat mesh. In the ramp, the red color here, the green color here, and blue color here. We can use this method to add some color hint. And now I will add some noise, make it a little bit interesting. Okay, let's render again. and we'll come back after the rendering is okay. Back again, and now as you can see we have a feather coat with 3 different textures, and we also have some color hint. After adding noise values, we have something like this. We have more details. We have more details for feathers. Now I will go back to what we do in this lesson, and as you can see, this is the image if we use one feather texture for the feather coat, and then we paint a special RGB texture to scatter different textures at different color area 1, 2, 3, and we will paint another texture to scatter those 3 textures, and after that we add a simple ramp to add some color hint to the feather texture, and finally we add some noise to the ramp texture and get more interesting images for the feathers. So, and that's all in this lesson. Bye for now.